tired out there, especially to start. I was like a little too juiced up, but yeah, special moment. I'm happy we won, so I can like really enjoy the last couple of days and soak it all up. That really helps. But yeah, shout out to the team, played well again tonight, and heading to Minnesota up 2-0.
I think for the most part, probably just standing, spectating a little bit too much. I got to get myself into actions, get myself on the move.
Every minute in the series is a chance to find something, so we're going to go back home. This is a, good team at home. So we're going to go home and, fight for game 3. I mean, heads up and look at the tape and get ready for game 5.
Last. The Timberwolves, just got beat by the Thunder. Ash wrote that backwards. But anyway, 118-103. Shea was sensational again tonight. 38 points on 12 of 21 shooting. 1 or 2 from the three-point line. He's aggressive as always, 13 of 15 from the free throw line. But he got great help from Jalen Williams, 12 of 20, 26 big points. Chet Holmgren, 22 big points. Jalen Williams also chipped in. He was their leading rebounder. He had 10 rebounds. Count them up, 10 rebounds. Minnesota, Ant was very inefficient. He did have 32 points, Ocho and Roy, but took him 26 shots to get it. 1 of 9 from the three-point line. Remember the other night, I think he was 1 for 7 from the three-point line. And Julius just didn't have it tonight. This is by far his worst game in the postseason thus far. 2 of 11 from the floor, 0 of 3 from the three-point line, only 6 points. And that's not good enough to get it done. I thought the bench played extremely well, gave him 35 big points tonight, Ocho. But it was the starters that let him down. Mike Conley, 3 points. Rudy Gobert. Now all of a sudden he don't look like Wilt Chamberlain. He doesn't look like Shaquille O'Neal when he got competent centers out there against him. And Julius again said he only had 6 points. Roy, I'm gonna start with you. I watched this game, Ocho. I watched this game extremely, extremely close because I wanted to see something. I'm not sure Minnesota can get more than a game if they can get that, because the game will be close, Ocho, and the next thing you know, they'll dart off and they'll be up by 15. They whittle it back down to 6, and then they take off again and they'll be up by 14. Watching this game, I'm convinced they can't win this series. But I'm not sure they can get more than a game, if that. Roy, watching this game, what is it that's been so impressive? And they've been impressive all year, so I guess we shouldn't really be surprised by the Thunder. 68 wins in the regular season. The MVP, they got a defensive player of the year, all defensive player in Lou Dort. What is it that OKC is doing to make it seem like Minnesota doesn't really belong on the court with them?
Well, to me, to be honest with you, it's like the defense. Around the three-point line, as soon as Anthony Edwards crosses the three-point line, there's bodies around him. So, like, the open space, the drives to be able to, like, get to the basket and have the explosion and dunk at the rim, those opportunities definitely are not there. And then the second thing for me is obviously just the guys like Caruso. I mean, you guys played sports, and as much as the superstars play well, they need like the ancillary players, the role players to play well. Wallace, Dort, Jalen Williams, he's an all-star. But on the defensive end, they were hunting out and playing the passing lanes, looking for tips and deflections. It only says they have 9 steals here, but I feel like they should have at least a lot more on the stat sheet, because any pass over the top to get to Julius Randle, Dort would sniff it out, and then it would lead to a transition bucket. Or Jalen Williams, he'd be up in the defense, getting deflections, getting tips. I think he should have way more than 2 steals that he has on the night. But he was getting out, leading the offense through their defense.
He was, and I think the thing is that you're right. They're loading up. They're not letting Anthony Edwards slither through those creases, get to the basket, Ocho, where he can get the and ones. He got a couple tonight, but they're doing a great job of loading up on him, and they've got very active hands. You see, every time Rudy Gobert get off his rebound, they slap it out, they get it going the other way. And when you turn the ball over against a team that have great wing players, that means they're in transition before you know it, because they're taking the ball away at the top of the key, the three-point line. So they don't got very far to go. It's not one outlet laying up at the other end. Yeah. Ocho, you picked Minnesota.
Yeah, man.
What's been the most disappointing thing? Because they've been very disappointing. These games really haven't been close. What's been the most disappointing thing when you're watching Minnesota that you're like, damn, This ain't the team that beat the Lakers 4-1. This is not the team that beat the Warriors and made it and did it convincingly. What is it that's been most disappointing watching the T-Wolves play?
Hey, honestly, just to tell you the truth, inconsistency. One game, Julius Randle, he goes off, he goes crazy. Then we have another game where Anthony Edwards, he's been efficient he's been inefficient in both games. He's putting up points, but he's taking a lot of shots to get those points. He's not very efficient from the field in these past 2 games. His help, he's not getting much help collectively from the starters as well. The benches is doing okay, but the starters need to contribute a little bit more often, as opposed to offset what Chet and Jalen Williams and Shea are doing out there. Outside of that, I mean, Anthony Edwards is being aggressive as he can, but defensively they're smothering him. They're contesting every shot, and they're making it very difficult for Anthony Edwards to get to the hole and get the points that he is getting. After these past 2 games, and looking at it, I'm kind of nervous for making my pick. For picking the Wolves. I thought they would have played much better. SGA showing why he is the MVP, being very efficient from the field and getting everyone else involved as well. And collectively as a team, defensively, I mean, they're doing what they've done all season long. They've won 68 games for a reason in season, and to see the Wolves down 2-0, I'm kind of shocked. I shouldn't be shocked, but I kind of am, thinking that the Wolves will play a little better, especially after winning the previous series 4-1. And I'm kind of sad a little bit.
Yeah, I think the thing is for me is that they're doing a great job of turning Minnesota over, and they're doing a great job of taking care of the basketball. They forced 14 turnovers, turned those into points. They only had 6 turnovers. And the difference is that this is a team, and like we talk about this all the time, you look at their wing guys, they're loaded with wing defenders. They got 6 quality guys on a give. Forget the starters. When they come in with their role players, they come in with Caruso. They come in with Wallace. They come in with Isaiah Joe. They come in with Wiggins. Bro, those are elite. They're elite defenders on the wing. Yeah. And you see, I mean, their deflections and tips, even if they don't steal the ball, Ocho, now because they've got the deflection, they've taken 3, 4, 5 seconds off the shot clock. Now you're in a rush to get into your set to try to get a quality shot. They make you pay for every turnover, every bad shot that you take. You throw up something, and all of a sudden you hit the floor. They got the ball. It's ahead, and the next thing you know, they're laying it up at the other end. Go ahead, Roy.
Hey, I want to say, in terms of the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards didn't do it too much this game, but from the last, like 3 or 4 games, I feel like at the beginning of the game, when he gets to the basket, before he even feels the contact, he's like screaming, looking for the refs to bail him out. Yeah. And he misses those chippies around the rim. I've seen him go body to body and just like dunk on people. I know that's not always like how it goes, but he has that finesse Euro step and everything like that. And the next thing I will say is, like, I'm a little bit harder on big guys. And I think something that you said earlier on about Gobert playing against competent bigs. When I look at Isaiah Hartenstein and his good connection with Chet, man, that left-handed push floater is elite around around the middle of the zone and around that baseline. And then the fact that he can have that little hot push shot and then also have that high-low lobs to Chet is great. But those bigs, are doing well. I need to see Gobert make better decisions when he's like rolling to the basket, when he catches the ball, when he does dribble, because, obviously he's not a great offensive threat, but he needs to give you a little bit something more than just dump off passes or just tip backs. He needs to have good, ball possession and make good decisions or good crisp passes, hit people on the numbers.
Hey, Uncle Roy, even though, Roy is a liability. Is the word I want.
Rudy.
I'm excuse me. Is my bad, Roy. Even though Rudy's a liability, my bad. Even though Rudy's a liability offensively, he seems so unorthodox on the offensive end. But there are passes that are in there for layups, for putbacks that he should be.
Hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm nửa chiếc cặp còn lại nhé.
Em nói nghe phải nói cả để làm video mình phải chuẩn bị những gì, những sản phẩm, những thứ có gì đó đi.
Lấy đâu ra thời gian 8.
bạn nhỏ lên từ từ đây nó cũng thành cái này qua đây gọi đây các đi bệnh đấy bệnh đấy coi cho mà anh bệnh nhẹ bệnh nhân du đây cán bộ